Hey guys, Roman Trust here with Mission Forge, and today guys, I'm going to be relining and repairing my forge here. Not so much needs to be done to the outside, probably could use new paint, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to be putting new insulation in, new fire bricks, and I got new tips for my burners, which I've already took off through over here. But first, I'm going to go ahead and start taking this stuff off and getting relined, so enjoy the show on how to properly do this. I'm going to put my respirator on though. When doing this, make sure you got proper personal protective gear. You might want to wear longer sleeve stuff, but I'm not worried about that because I actually deal with insulation quite often. This was 2 bricks. This was 2 bricks and it's stuck together. Right here is the new refractory or kale wool here that's going to line the forge. Now you may be thinking, why you're relining the forge? Hopefully you can hear me. And that's because my other one, it was all starting to fall apart. It was getting eaten away by the flux and all that stuff, and it doesn't hold the temperature like it's supposed to anymore. So periodically, you got to replace the lining. And that's just what I'm doing today. So I'm going to open this, get it laid out in there, cut it to the right shape. This is 1 inch thick material, so it's only going to be about 1 inch. That's plenty. Then I'm going to be putting the rigidizer on there, then with the Castellite, and then we should have a good forge again. It's going to have to set for about a week to cure, and then we'll start the process of slowly heating it up to help get all the moisture out of the cement. Alright. Very awesome. Oh, they didn't give me a rigidizer, but they did give me some little knives to cut this. So, look at this. Here's how lucky I got. This is literally the same exact length as my forge. I mean, it is the same length. So I don't have to do any of that. The only thing I gotta cut is the proper mount going all the way around. 5.5 inches. 5.5 inches, so 11. It's going to be 22 inches around. Wow, that's pretty much the whole thing right there. So I need to take off 22 inches. That's it. Alrighty then. So with my forge, I gotta push this in a little bit because I got the tubes here. Once I get it into place, I'll push them up and then cut the holes out where the tubes are gonna be, hopefully from the top down. And then I can flatten it all up out inside there. Perfect. Perfect. Right? Alright. Time to start getting everything. So, you can see, well, it's getting there. You don't want to compress this too much because the fluffiness is what helps with the insulation factor. So, but I gotta get tubes here just right. Now I put this seam right here in this corner, and I figure that's just going to be blocked by the fire blocks and everything anyway. So, okay. Okay, now I got it done. So I have those burner tubes, and they stick out about a ½ inch to an inch inside the forge. What I did is I tried to cut out a puck, and a little bit came out through the way. But what ultimately I was able to do is just kind of peel it back, and then I just packed it around the tube. And the area is going to be highly packed, but that's okay because we don't want to burn those tubes out anyways. So now that's done, I'm going to go mix up the Castellite, and then we're going to go and spread it all over this thing. Okay, so mix the Castellite with a 50-cent bowl. You can see it. I did just over a ½ a cup of water, just over a ½ a cup of water, and 3 cups of Castellite mixture, and mixed it up. And it looks like to be a pretty okay consistency. So what I'm going to do now is just going to spray the bottom here to help keep it easier. Not soak it, just get it damp. Now, it's going to help it go on easier. People would just sometimes use a trowel and put it on. I was told it's actually easier to do it by hand. So, plus this gives you an idea of consistency. A way to test the consistency is throw it up, and if the ball falls apart in your hand when it lands, it's too dry. But if it stays together, it's just right. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I did, and it seems to be okay. I was told a good thickness is about 3/4 of an inch. I don't know if I want to go necessarily that thick.
Well, because they've been crabbed in one box.
Okay, so I have a different style refractory here. I was told it's not good for forges because you can't get it wet. But it actually was what I first used, and it lasted me a long time. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this to put on the edges just for now.
Okay, cool cats. So this is it. So I'm done for now with this. Now this stuff here is just a refractory cement I've used in the past. I showed you what it was, and it's lasted me quite a while. It's not really recommended for this because it's meant more for like putting fire bricks together, and it resists up to 3,000 degrees. But because this is on the outside, I'm not using it for inside stuff. That's fine. I may have put a little too much cast light on the base of it, and a 5-pound bag should have done this whole thing. And I was just a little under, so probably about closer to 6 pounds what I would need. But there you go. It's all coated on the inside. Here's the fun part. Got to leave it alone for about a week, and then we can do a heat up with it, which I'll get back to you guys when we do that. So for now, once you get it all set up and stuff, let it dry. Do nothing. Don't touch it. Don't even breathe on it for about a week. So I'll see you guys in about a week with this. Okay, so it's been a few days now. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is start doing the heat up procedure on this thing, which is you're supposed to just slowly increase the temperature. Start with one burner, leave it on for 30 seconds to a minute, stop. Do that. Till it gets about 100 degrees, and then a little hotter and a little hotter up until finally fully functioning temperature. So it's been drying for about 4 days now, so that should be pretty good. So the only thing I don't like about it is dumb me. It's on the back side. I left it around the edges here really thick, so it doesn't butt up against the back like I want it to, but it'd be all right.
Just a little bit longer and hotter now. Okay, so after this run, I got one more I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be letting it run right now for probably about 4 minutes or so. And then after that, I'll let it kind of cool back down, whatever. And then I'm going to let it run for about 30 minutes after that. And then from that point on, it will be able to use it like normal.
So now I'm going to let it run until pretty much the whole thing on the inside is a nice orangish color, and then I'll let it run for just a few more minutes. So it's just let it do its thing, then after that. Right, it's a good, pretty even orange throughout the whole thing in there. So now I'm just gonna let it sit, do its thing, and then after that I can run it like normal. Alright guys, so I'm actually reshooting the ending to my casting or relining the forge, and since then I've used this forge quite a bit, but my microphone, which I still haven't bought a new one, has been acting up so bad, it's literally making the loud chirping, chopping sounds over everything I'm saying. So I want to just reiterate what I did for you guys real quickly so you guys know what the whole process was for this. First off, guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and relined the entire forge. I used Insa wool, all right, which is and I used one of the highest rating ones. They have like 2600 degree one. Line it on the inside, and then I went ahead and put like Castellite 30, which in this case is like Mizuo, M-I-Z-Z-O-U, which is pretty similar. Not as good as Castellite 30. I thought it was when I ordered it, but apparently I ordered the wrong one. But it's still meant for forging, and it's real tough. It really resists being melted and stuff like that with flux. On the outside, though, I did use a different type of refractor. You can see the different colors here. That's just on the outside, though. Then there's the heating process. The heating process, it takes time. It's not something that you can rush. So slowly heat it up. You know, I ran it for about a minute, 30 seconds or so initially, because it gets pretty warm in there pretty quickly to about 100 degrees. Wait an hour. Then ran it for about 45 seconds. Wait, again, half hour or so. And then I would run it for a minute and a half, wait a half hour or so, 45 minutes, and then you just keep doing that throughout the day. It really took me about 2 full days to do the entire heat up cycle on this properly, so I don't cause it to crack and all other stuff, because you got to slowly increase the increment of heat time in there. I did a total of 7 heat ups, the last heat up being about 20-30 minutes long, and then finally was able just to forge with it afterwards. So slowly get it up to temperature. So with that, guys, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have, go ahead, hit that like button. Also, got any comments or suggestions, leave them down below, and don't forget to click that subscribe button. With that, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.